Hello there. We need to talk about this. But let me just start off by pointing out I'm not here to make a judgment or comment about whether or not nurses who are no longer working because they're not vaccinated is a good thing or a bad thing, and they return to work is a good thing or a bad thing, or how people are going to feel about being tended to by nurses who chose not to be vaccinated. No, this is not about that whatsoever. And I'm sure people are going to sound off in the comments because if past experience has shown me anything, people like to bitch about that kind of shit. However, this is a story about journalism, because this story here run by Stuff and this interview here that was on The Project from News Hub both involve this woman here, Deborah Cunliffe, who has claimed that she's got 700 nurses who are right now willing to step back into the fold and help the healthcare system if the mandates against unvaccinated nurses end up being dropped. And that is a really good thing. 700 nurses to add to the healthcare team to deal with winter ills and COVID and flus and everything like that definitely sounds like a great thing to try and get to happen. But not doing due diligence as media means that there's a whole bunch of factors that were completely missed out of both this and Stuff's particular interviews. Like the fact that the organisation that she founded, Nurses for Freedom, is just a wing of Voices for Freedom, a really well-known spreader of misinformation around COVID in this country. One that, as I've pointed out before, they have no legal right to tell you where their money comes from or where it goes, because while they are a not-for-profit, they're not a charitable trust, so they don't have to report where their money comes and goes from. However, this woman is their local chapter head for this particular organisation, and that didn't show up in any of the reporting. However, there is even more information that wasn't uncovered by Stuff or by NewsHub, which should have been a part of the story. You see, this group here, Paparoa, which tend to do research into right-wing alternate media and how they're going out spreading misinformation, did a little bit of digging and found of the members that they had initially when they first had media coverage, none were registered nurses. And after a slight increase from the media coverage, 10 of the 700 odd members were registered nurses, which means even if mandates were dropped tomorrow, 10 of them would be able to go in and help the healthcare system. And it should be pointed out, it takes about 2 to 3 years for a nurse's registration to deregister. It's a bit of a lengthy process because you never know when you want to go back to it. People who didn't decide to get the vaccine and so therefore couldn't work are not counted as deregistered nurses. They're just literally unable to work in that field. So you can see why I'm a bit angry at both NewsHub and Stuff, because this is the kind of spread of misinformation that for years now they have been trying to get people to rally against, been trying to get people to be aware of, and they go and do it themselves. They drop the ball, plain and simple.